Hello, I'm Lily Peachy and I work with Natural Capital Economics. We've been engaged by the Department of Regional Development, Manufacturing and Water to undertake a detailed assessment of future water requirements in the Southern and Darling Downs over the next 30 years. This region includes all Southern Downs Regional Council, Goondiwindi Regional Council, Toowoomba Regional Council and parts of Western Downs Regional Council around Dalby. Once complete, the Southern and Darling Downs Regional Water Assessment will set out how existing infrastructure and non-existing infrastructure can be used to maximise water supply in each area and drive economic growth. This demand assessment will consider water for irrigation, urban and mining and industrial uses for the next 30 years. We will consider the potential impacts of climate change by incorporating the results of climate models into the analysis. Online market engagement is being used to identify and scope key issues relating to current and future water requirements, water products, and other drivers and constraints to economic development opportunities that require water inputs. We are already working with stakeholder organisations in the region to gather information for the project. This is via meetings with key regional stakeholder organisations such as councils, industry bodies, and major users. An online survey for irrigation water use is also being developed. Today I wanted to talk you through the survey, which can be accessed by selecting the green button. The survey provides an opportunity for current and future irrigators and other agricultural water users to provide information and data that will inform the estimation of water requirements for the next 30 years. It will directly inform decision-making on future water infrastructure projects in the region that may be undertaken by the state. Any information provided by you for this survey will remain confidential. Information will only be reported at an aggregated and in an anonymous format. This survey should take approximately 15 to 20 minutes to complete, and we're looking to have surveys completed by Friday the 25th of February. If you have any questions, please contact us using the email address consult@nceconomics.com. There are several questions in the survey asking about areas. Please specify if you will answer the survey in hectares or areas. Section A, about your farming business. Firstly, it is important to understand the basics about your farming business. The following questions will assist us in understanding your current farm structure, including crops, livestock and water use. Question 1. Where is your current and future land ownership? Please provide your answer by ticking an appropriate box in the table below. Tick all boxes relevant to your land holdings. Question 2. What is the combined area of your farm or farms? Please enter your answer in the box below. What is the area you would have under different irrigation crops or livestock production in a typical year? Question 4. How much of your current irrigation water entitlements are from the following water sources? Please report your answers in volumes, megalitres, in the table below. Question 5. Do you have a preference for a particular water source or sources? Question 6A. Please rank the water sources from 1 to 4, where 1 represents the source you most prefer and 4 represents the source you least prefer. (6B). Please provide a short sentence or two explaining the reason for your preference order. Section B involves thinking about the longer term. In this section, we want to understand your intentions in the future for any expansion or intensification of your current business, or your intention to establish a primary production business in the study area. It is important to understand your intentions in the long term, for the next 30 years. The following questions are designed to understand your current thinking about future investments in your farm and the subsequent water use. Question 7. Do you anticipate increasing your area of irrigation? If you select no, you'll automatically be redirected to section D. If you select yes, please specify the likely areas for each crop below, where relevant. Question 8. How much of this expansion area was previously under irrigation of another crop, as opposed to dryland farming or grazing? Please answer in hectares or as a percentage. The next questions are about issues that influence your farm investment decisions. Below are several statements relating to key influences on farm investment that have been revealed through the project research and consultation so far. Please select the box that best represents your level of agreement or disagreement with each of the following statements. Question 9. I am delaying any investment decision until the future of any additional irrigation scheme infrastructure, e.g. infrastructure identified and committed under the regional water assessment process, is finalised and the region's future water supply requirements can be met. Question 10. My investment plans assume demand for product from the region will continue to grow at the same rate as recent years. My investment plan assumes that commodity prices for my expansion crops will. Question 12. My investment plans are subject to the availability of investment capital, for example, a loan or investor equity. Question 13. My investment plans are subject to an irrigation distribution system being established to ensure reliable and timely delivery of additional water requirements. Question 14. Climate change in the future, rainfall, runoff, more hot days, will impact my investment decisions and how I use water on the farm. Section C is about future water purchases and the impact of price on your decision. The following questions relate to your potential future water allocation purchases over the medium term, up to 10 years, and long term, 10 to 30 years. If water infrastructure is developed, for example a new dam, there will be two costs you will need to consider when answering these questions. Firstly, the once-off cost of purchasing the allocation. In recent years, trading data reveals prices for medium priority allocations are typically around $2,500 per megalitre. Others range between $1,500 and $3,500 per megalitre, depending on the location and specific circumstances. Secondly, where supply is supplemented by infrastructure, e.g. in the sunwater irrigation schemes, ongoing service delivery charges will also impact future demand. For example, medium priority sunwater tariffs, fixed and variable, in the Cunnamulla Water Scheme and the St George Scheme are between $30 and $35 per megalitre. These two costs are in addition to your capital and operating costs of pumping on farm. The two questions below allow you to indicate how much allocation you would consider buying and at what price for that once-off purchase price. 15A. Firstly, think about your intentions for the next 10 years. Please indicate your additional medium priority water allocations over this time, based on potential cost per megalitre. 15B. Please indicate your confidence in your answers by selecting the relevant option for each amount. 15C. Now think about your additional requirements into the long term, 10 to 30 years. Please indicate your additional medium priority water allocations over this time period. (15D). Please indicate your confidence in your answers by selecting the relevant option for each amount. The impact of water service charges on your decisions. Consistent with state policy, any new water infrastructure would incur an ongoing service charge for users. We are interested in knowing how different levels of service charges would influence your decision to purchase additional allocations that you've indicated in question 15 above. 16. Please indicate the impact of service charges on your decision to purchase additional allocations. Assuming the current service charge is $35 per megalitre, what would be the impact of an increase in this charge to your purchase of additional allocations? For example, if the service charge is increased to $70 per megalitre, you may decide to reduce the volume of water purchased by 10%. If the charge is increased to $105 per megalitre, you may decide not to expand at all. Section D is the final section. Are there any other key issues you would like to specify about your future investment decisions, e.g. any regulatory constraints or a preference to install self-funded infrastructure such as a farm dam, or comments on this regional water assessment project in general? Please write your answer in the box below. When finished, please make sure that you select the Agree to Terms and Conditions and press Submit.